Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome one and all to tonight's stream of Metal Eden. This will be part three of the overall gameplay here on Pacific Forum 4 for YouTube, Blaze, and Rumble. We're going to go for a few hours here, and we're going to see exactly how far can we get in the game. Let me just go ahead and load up the game and also enable the sound since I have that muted at this time. As far as Slobs is concerned, but I've enabled it, so as soon as the game loads up, you should be able to hear the sounds, no problem. But I hope you've all had a good weekend this past weekend, and of course, your week has started off pretty well for you. At least that's what I'm hoping for you. I'm just gonna wait for Slobs to capture the game, and then we can get it underway here. We have tonight's gameplay. Now, like I said, I'm going to go for a few hours at least. I don't know exactly how long I'm going to go overall, but I'm going to see how far I'm able to get tonight. Alright, so we're just going to continue our campaign. And we're going to start off with mission number 7, Cruel Intentions. That's also why I named it Cruel Intentions for tonight's stream, because of where we're starting off.
Drop zone clear. Hyper unit. Stand by for new mission objective. Mission objective updated. Give them hell, Hyper.
I didn't mean to shoot that. I meant, what's the point of shooting the zip line?
The unrelenting possibility of you getting infected can sometimes get you on the edge. It's good to see you back on track, Aska.
Taking that core for myself. All right.
You know I would never want to see you hurt.
Let's just go here. I do have some grenades. Alright, what do I have left? There we go. I'm just gonna absorb that for myself.
But the path we walk demands the extreme. In time, I understood that was the only path worth taking. In the end, all the pain will mean nothing if we stay together. Do you understand?
All right. All right, I'm just going. Oh, he must have fallen off. That works for me.
Approaching targets.
All right. We recovered. Is there anything over here, though? Okay. All right. I'll take that health. Ah, crap. That wasn't what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to run on the wall. There we go. All right. I'll take that. I'm gonna check down here, see if there's anything. All right. Well, I thought I'd try it anyway. All right. Hey, Pata. How you doing, brother? Hopefully you can hear me. Awesome, brother. All right.
All this reminds me of how we started. In the beginning, you used to die
How's your day been, Pata?
a lot. Remember?
Yeah, kind of. It kind of has elements of Doom as well. But it's very fast-paced, as you can see.
Died and died again. And then some.
There we go. Let's see. It's hot, damn hot. It's good when you go with your lady, but not when you have years of work to do. Yeah, I get you, brother. Get over here. And I'll try to acknowledge everybody as soon as I can. Get up here. Come on. There we go. I need some help, and I need it bad. Yeah, it's very frantic fights. Reminds me of Borderlands 2. I need to play more games. You'll get around to it, man. Just want to see. All right, I can't access that door, unfortunately. Wonder if I can access it from going back in to this door. Maybe, maybe not. No. There's nothing else in this room. Alrighty. We're just gonna move on then. That's what I like having the overdrive. Gives you a little extra punch. Especially for a rush like that. Let's see if I can do any upgrades. Excuse me. That's pretty much all upgraded there. Let's go ahead. All right. I'm playing Forza Horizon 6 a bunch, but it's kind of easy. Tons of stuff to do, though. Pat also says, hours just slipping away. I get you, brother. Let's see. Just want to check and see if maybe there were any extra items.
Overdrive active.
Look how far we have come. The friends you made along the way. Death, pain, and struggle.
Warning. ISP unit down. Second wave incoming.
Take advantage of those areas. Let me get this armor over here. All right. sure I got this armor again. Alright. I gotta get the higher ground. Let's go back in. Go. Get that health. That was dumb. All right. There we go. All right. All right, come on. I gotta get to this health. There we go.
Target's down.
Hey, Cash. All right, let me just catch up on the chat. Sports centers still exist, but the newer people on there can be annoying and full of themselves. Let's see. I listened to a lot of Dan Patrick before, Pata. No, excuse me. I haven't listened to Dan Patrick in quite some time. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and upgrade a core power. Every enemy hit by a core explosion drops additional ammo pack. Or should I? When armor drops below 50%, send a freezing shockwave. I like the idea of more ammo dropping.
Success will teach you nothing but the failure. Failure will never let you down.
Let's see. Let me go ahead and switch weapons here.
Be mindful as we are entering particularly difficult surroundings. Intense erosion presence. Nothing short of a dead zone. Just another working day.
Unfortunately, Cash, we found that in a lot of our entertainment. Everybody gets involved with politics, unfortunately. Whether we'd like them to or not.
The feeling of almost most comforting solitude. Past problems, hopes, disappointments. They all feel so distant, like they never happened. All that's left of it is you. Here, alone, at the heart of it all.
And they're not gonna be fair, Cash. It's an unfair world. I mean, look at what Major League Baseball is doing because a couple of players put Bible verses on their cap during Pride Night. Unfortunately, with that situation, and this is just my opinion, those gentlemen are part of a union, and the union agreed to certain terms for the current labor contract. Whether you think it's right that teams celebrate a Pride Night or not, not only did those players agree to what their union proposed as far as the labor contract was concerned, but also what the owners proposed and the league proposed.
Overdrive active.
I'll catch up with the chat here in just a little bit. All right. All right. In case anybody questions, Major League Baseball's union is pretty strong. There we go. Okay, no problem, Cash. Oh, excuse me.
I see us running across the rubble of the old world, free of its mortifying weight on our shoulders. A blank slate. That was always the goal. Our differences aside, the other engineers believed in this. We made a promise that we would do anything to escape this trap. Even if we have to bite our own legs off.
I'm gonna take that. Wasn't how I wanted to do that, but oh well. I have to stay in that area, but I gotta get rid of these enemies first. All right. I gotta find out where the other part of it spawned at. I see it. All right. I didn't even know it was gonna pop there. I just took a guess. Let's get this health. Let's get this armor. Run back. Well, that didn't quite work out. Come on. I'm gonna do whatever I can to survive. And again, if I don't say anything to you in the chat, I'm not ignoring you. Get this guy off of me. Well, that wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. There it is. getting up here. Get up there. Getting over this way. All right.
Overdrive active.
Let's get up here. Grab the health that's up here. Go. Now let's see. There we go. That was fun.
In this place, memories come at you relentlessly. But within our mind, their true nature is distorted.
That's okay, I can grab
Instead
it.
of information, they become malware, deceiving you, slowing you down, making you question things, giving nothing.
All right,
in
now let's see where it wants me to go. Let's see. All right, that wasn't it. Let's try going up. So we know we don't want to take that zip line. Looks like we gotta go over there. Gotta look for a safe way to get over there. And I may even be wrong. That may not even be where I have to go. Alright. Here. Alright. Thought I was supposed to go over there. Alright. So I've already gone on that zip line and got turned around. But when I go onto this ground here, try to see where it is I'm supposed to go. Lady Miss, good to see you. How are you doing on this Tuesday? wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. Okay. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go next. Right here. All right, let's get back up. I don't know if I have enough to do any upgrades, but we're gonna find out. All right. So I did have enough. I can't go there. Try to survive. Switching. Oh crap. That's not gonna work. All right. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. I knew I had a revive left. I couldn't get out of there. Come on. Alright, come on. Switch to the right weapon. Alright. Fine, I'm using this one. Yeah. Not that I could do there. I was trying to switch to a different weapon that I could reload, but couldn't make it happen. Probably not the best way of doing that, but I'm trying to get rid of these enemies as best I can. Just sit right here.
Second wave incoming.
All right. That's about ready to... Alright, get out of there. Go. I myself a little bit of time. I do think it was smart of me to get that one upgrade that freezes everything when my health gets to 50%. I see him. I need to get some help quick. All right. There we go.
Target's down.
I really love this game. And like I've been saying since I started playing it, I do recommend it to anybody who's interested in it. Anyone who likes first-person shooters, games like Doom and such. And let's see. Core ripping. Ghost Runner. Armor dismember. Core extraction. Explosion applies armor opening to targets. What does this do? Enhanced reconstruction. Core consume. Restores even more armor. Yeah. I'm sold. not only on that upgrade, I am definitely
Defense
sold on
resistance is intensifying.
letting people know about
It's
this
good.
game.
We must be closing in on the generator.
Nice, brother. I hope you guys like the rest of Spider Noir as much as we did. It's an excellent series.
Nothing can keep us now from getting inside the generator. Here is how strong
So he
will
says.
and determination prevail against even the most overwhelming odds. Can you feel it? As we reach the hive, pieces of the plan that were fluctuating for so long finally fall into place. It's becoming harder to suppress the forthcoming excitement.
All right.
Go, Aska. We are almost there. We were born among the stars,
Excuse me.
high and above this wretched place. And we will carry the light to where it is darkest. Show them what you're made of.
Didn't get all of them, but I got enough. All right. I don't think I can upgrade anything else. No, I can't. All right, I gotta switch. All right, I gotta switch. to get this health over here. Ah, I need it. Alright, I need to get this ammo right here. Up. It was close. Closer than I thought I would get. Go. All right, let's get out of here. I was gonna try to punch him, but those guys are too close as far as I'm concerned. Gotta try to stay alive. Ah, crap. All right, I need to get that help. go. Alright, let's get to this health. Crap. I just messed up. Big time. Come on. Nope. Alright. Gotta keep trying that.
Gods have codes. I have guns.
Wow, that's really bad aim on my part. I need to get more ammo. Why did it do that? I don't know. Come on. Come on, I gotta get up there. Switch it back. I couldn't move. All right, let's try it until we get it right. I'm not gonna use that. I didn't want to use that yet. I'm not even hitting it. Go. I didn't want to fall, but I did. End up falling. go. Let's get this armor. To be. That should have destroyed it, but it didn't. Sticking around. Okay, I was trying to zip line over there, but come on, get up here. Yeah, that sucked how it pulled me in. All right. Well, all right, finally hit it. I don't want to grab the Gatling gun just yet. So try to get over it when I jump.
Alright, man, you got this.
I know I do, man. How you doing, Cash?
Otherwise, I guess I'm doing right.
Sorry I couldn't talk yesterday, but I was trying to get some thumbnails done so I wouldn't have to do them later in the week.
You never have to apologize. I like being the king of it.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that, man.
I just don't want to distract you too much.
Yep. You're not distracting me.
Alright.
I'm just concentrating. Developing strategy.
Strategic.
Like, not getting crushed by that thing. And I gotta get on the surface here. Alright, let me get this health. And then I'm gonna go back and get that Gatling gun. I gotta move.
I was testing to see how my SSD, 2 terabyte SSD, would work on my powerful laptop and see how I can run games on it. Oh my god.
All right.
Bitch was running at one of the Sonic games was running at 120 frames per second. It dipped though when it was doing the cutscene, but then it went back to 120. I mean, I guess it would dip for something like that, but yeah.
I'm just gonna turn the game sound down just a little bit so I can hear you a little bit better.
Yeah, it's all good, dude. I just don't want to ever scream on your channel if I can help it.
Just turn it down. 75 should do it.
Not lagging anymore, which I'm glad. I hate when you're streaming and the thing pauses for some reason. It's like, come on.
Yeah. I mean, I've done everything I can to try to keep it running smooth, and
If I just blame Padawannabe for everything. It's all your fault, Padawannabe, wherever you are. Always your fault, man.
gosh, that's still too loud. At least for me. Dang. I hate it when they make games a little too loud.
It's really it's super loud, and then if like there's not an option to really turn it down, and then you have to turn it down, it's like, come on. How lazy can you people be, man? We've had years and years of options where people can turn things down. What are we doing here? But
I didn't want to fall in there, and I did. Dang it. Get up there, get up there.
what's up, Godzillionaire? How you doing?
Hey, Godzillionaire, what's up, brother? Hope your weekend went well. I don't want that Gatling gun yet. No, don't fall, don't fall. I know, like me doing that's gonna prevent it from falling. All right, one down. No, yeah. That was stupid. That was stupid. What's wrong?
It's just the sound is too loud.
Need me to turn it down again?
No, on my end.
Okay.
No, I don't. I was telling some people, it's like when you're on Zoom or whatever, and there's problems, we even run into that on the panel and stuff, when things are too loud or whatever. It's just, I'm happy to mute myself too, especially if somebody's in here, because I don't want all that background noise. We've had some people who have come on the panel, and it's like, you guys realize you got all this background noise, right? You don't care? Well, that's nice.
Believe it or not, I do care.
I care, man. Yeah. What's up, DJ Ronnie G and your turtles?
DJ! I gotta get myself in an area where I can actually attack.
Remember, DJ, Phil is very concerned always about your turtles, and he doesn't understand why you watch them so closely doing whatever. He's told me that before, and I don't know. He's just got... like, why wouldn't you pay attention to your turtles and stuff? But he hears things all the time, and he repeats them to me later on. Oh, do you know about DJ? It's nothing like terrible or anything. But
he always gives DJ a hard time about wearing a white shirt.
Right shirt. Is he watching his turtles doing it? You know, whatever. It's ridiculous. I'm like, well, why wouldn't he pay attention to his turtles? I don't
it's
understand.
Phil, man.
Isn't that sweet? Yeah. He cares so much about you, DJ.
All right.
Yes, he seems to be. He also has talked about, of course, turtle soup and stuff too. I don't know if he's ever had turtle soup, or maybe he has.
Talks about it a lot.
Yes.
No. Let's go. Well, why can't I move? ain't falling for that trick again.
I don't think a lot of people would attempt this game because
Why? Because of how fast-paced it is, and
it might be. It's just it just might be too difficult for them, or they just don't think that. I don't know. Yeah, it'd just probably too difficult for them.
oh,
Get to play other stuff, but
I'm gonna be honest. They're missing out if they're not trying out this game.
I think so. It's just some of this stuff the people that we know within the YouTube community, if you want to call it a community, I mean, I guess it's there, but
I guess it's there.
I guess it's there, but
And
just say people that we
only reason I say that is because we've met some people that have been real nice who are still here. They're in the chat right now. DJ, Padawannabe, Lady Mist, you, and a few others. And then we've met some who, you know, their attitudes.
yes.
And we all have attitudes. Don't get me wrong. We all do. But
Yeah.
sometimes it's the attitude, acting like you're holier than thou. And
Yeah.
no, all we're doing, folks, is streaming. We're not nobody really important.
We're just streaming and having fun and trying to give advice to people.
Mm-hmm.
We're not the kind of people who say you have to take our advice or else. No.
And DJ must
We
be on
just-
the bus because he just entered a tunnel. But go ahead, Cash. What were you gonna say?
It's just sometimes, like I said, man, it's just unfortunate that everybody doesn't understand. A number of people don't. Like, they get too self-absorbed, but they don't understand that the whole point of a stream or anything should be about making things as entertaining as possible. And it's really interesting to see even people with like 3,000 followers or something, even on Twitch. It's like, my gosh, this stream could be 1,000 more times interesting than it is. And then some people, you mention that, maybe you're just giving them advice, and they don't have to take it, but they have such an attitude about it.
Yeah.
I've run into some of those people. It's just really like, what is wrong with you?
Well, it's like for me, when I'm doing a game stream, I want to have a relaxing game stream.
Stand by for new mission objective. Mission confirmed. Give them hell, HYPER.
Alright, I can't get in there. Dang it. Alright. There we go.
I will be right back, though.
No problem.
It's because sometimes things just
Come on. Ah, I didn't.
And we need someone to blame.
It's like some people say to me, why don't you stream like someone else? Why don't you do your stream exactly like their streams? I don't want to do my streams exactly like someone else's streams because then I feel like I'm copying them. And in some ways, that's exactly what I would be doing. And Godzillionaire says with a lot of streamers, it's either my views are the only acceptable views, or money, please. Yeah. When do you all ever hear me say, okay, guys, now it's time to give me a super chat. Come on, where are the super chats? Let's go, guys. No, you don't hear me say that. You will never hear me say that. Why? Because I look at a super chat, super sticker as a tip. I have to earn it. It's not gonna just be handed over to me just for the sake of having it handed over to me. That's not how it works. I appreciate everybody who comes by. They made some comment they really had no business making. It's a little high, but not that time. All right. I don't think this is where I'm supposed to go. And if it is, well, then I consider it luck. Alright, grapple up. Ah. Well, I was hoping to land on something. And I know some of you have heard me get snippy with some people in the chat. And again, so there are times where those people have deserved it. Because I look at it like this too. If I'm going by a stream, I'm not gonna go by the stream and essentially crap on the person's carpet. It'd be like me entering their home and just crapping on their carpet just because I didn't like how they presented their stream or what game they were playing, this, that, and the other. Even as I get to know somebody, I still try to watch my P's and Q's, and I just fell off.
No, God's
No, it didn't happen this stream, brother. It happened Sunday during the watch party of... Hold on, as I try to land here as I overshoot my landing spot. But it happened Sunday during Hacksaw Ridge. We had somebody come by and asked, "Are you guys talking about Carmelo?" You know, Carmelo Anthony, because of the verdict from last week and everything. It's like, no, we're watching a movie. And so, you know, I tell them, click on the Cosmic link if you want to watch Hacksaw Ridge, and they're all, what's Cosmic? And this person has been by before. So, when I let them know we're watching Hacksaw Ridge in the Cosme, he says, "Oh, so you're doing the same old crap." It's not the same old crap. If it were the same old crap, I'd be talking about the same topic each and every week.
Oh boy.
Over and
See?
over again, to where everybody, including myself, would get so sick of it, you wouldn't even want to listen to it anymore. I think I was supposed to go over here.
Just like there's other streamers out there that only want to follow trends because, oh, it's going to give me attention, it's going to give me this. People like, I'll just bring up John Della Raz. When we've read some of his articles, it's just like with anyone, we're not going to just blindly agree with whatever they say. And so when people go, oh, I'm going to go watch Supergirl and I'm going to make money off of this, okay, well, great. But you're still giving attention to the same people that you say you have a problem with. So you're being a hypocrite.
You know, if that's what he wants to do, if he wants to do it to get his channel, the clicks and everything, that's his decision. I'm not gonna tell him, oh, you shouldn't do that. It's not my place.
Right. That's why people call people out on this stuff, because it's like, dude, you say you're still giving the company money.
Yeah.
So you say, oh, this is going to be horrible, and this is going to be this, okay, but you're still giving the company money. How does that make any logical sense?
No, I'm gonna go ahead and
maybe he will make a lot of money off of it, but you just see with this stuff that these people just don't have much integrity, if they have any, when they say things like that. I mean, just to be honest, at the same time, there's a lot of people that won't even come on Pop Talk, I'm sure of it, and talk to us because they can't take the certain topics that we talk about, and how dare we say this and how dare we say that. I mean, Mike just had it just an example now. It's like, oh, you guys are doing the same shit. Like,
well,
not
only that from Sunday, but what about when Pop Culture Mechanic was with us this past Wednesday? And we had somebody who's been around the channel for 4 years. This person knows exactly how I run my show. Instead, he chooses to say, when it comes to an ad popping up during our conversation during the live stream, saying that the ad was for a more well-produced podcast. I do what I can each and every time I stream to make sure that it's the best stream possible. Yeah, I know I die a lot in games. I know when I'm reading articles there are certain words I just cannot pronounce to save my ass. But I put a lot of effort into setting up the streams, making the thumbnails, looking for articles to discuss when we discuss articles, and making sure that if I have a guest on, like Pop Culture Mechanic, that I'm updated on what he's doing. Yeah, I'm going to still ask him questions and see what's going on that maybe I missed. But I put a lot of effort into these streams. I've been streaming since 2019. I know I'm not up there with the popular channels, but you know what? I do bust my ass when it comes to this. Why? Because I care about it.
Well, remember, Godzilla, Joe Rogan had already had some fame already, so going into the whole going into the podcast stuff and becoming basically a #1 podcaster or whatever, I don't know.
Well,
it was easier for him, I'm sure, but he has a certain personality, so.
Well, think about it. He was on a reality show as the host at one point.
He had a good role on news radio back in the day, so I mean.
He has that personality. I give you me, 100% me. It's not a persona. It's not a facade. It's me.
I know you're being funny, Godzillionaire. I just
I know he's being funny too. Why do you think I'm not snapping at him? Because I know when someone's putting in a joke, and when someone's putting in something where they're taking a little dig, and that's what this person did. And they're not the only one who's done that. And I'm going to say this
What?
right here,
Yeah.
right now. I am tired of people taking digs at me, at this channel. I am doing the best I can.
Yeah.
I'm a one-man show. I don't have a team like the bigger streamers out there putting together thumbnails, putting together any kind of structure for the show. I try to do what I can. And I've had people turn their back on me because they used me, especially when it came to open panels.
Yeah, unfortunately, we found good people on open panels, and then other times we found people that just wanted to cause problems. Especially when they were saying my opinion is the only one that matters. At least that's the way they were acting. It was ridiculous.
And I'm not saying this to get pity. I don't want pity. I'm saying this because it's fact. Are there still things I think I can do better? Of course there is. Even Cash knows it. Baron knows it.
It's just other people are seeing the same thing. Loki is seeing the same thing within the people that say they're part of the YouTube community. We see things from even people that we know who even come by this chat. We just roll our eyes. And it's like, did you really just say that? So it's just really. I kind of am like, you know, you guys are always talking about you want to fight, then let's fight. You know, let's fight for the right reasons. Let's not become like the other side, and that's the problem.
That's the thing. They're
just
starting to become the other side.
Yep. That's what people are very annoyed about. A lot of the different people have taken over their hobbies and stuff. Because when gaming was niche, it just didn't. It seemed like it had a different atmosphere. It doesn't matter
Because it did have a different atmosphere.
It just when you played back in the day, the 90s, the 80s, like you could just tell the people that were the early 2000s. It doesn't mean that things aren't going to always change. Humans will change. Things will change.
It's part of
Money
evolution.
obviously
Things
changes
are always
people.
going to
Yes.
be in a constant state of change.
Yeah.
Really wired your brain in a certain way.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Approach resonance.
That's why I think it's reasonable to say anything that comes out nowadays. It's like, is this really going to be that good? Is GTA 6 really going to be one of the most amazing generational games ever made? Blah, blah, blah. But we've heard this with other stuff. It's the same when some new sci-fi comes out. Like, this is this generation Star Wars. And you're like, what? What are you talking about, dude? And those are like some of these critics and stuff. And you're like, they can't be serious with this.
Well, I was honestly wanting Masters of the Universe to be better than what it was.
Right.
All right, I need to get out of here.
The one biggest problem also is the lack of competition that we have. That is a huge problem. If you can see how much of I would say
Guess I got out of here.
that it was just it really helped push gaming. Obviously, really pushed. I was gonna try. Of course.
All right. Hold up. I was going to try and
I
see
mean,
Mo 2 this weekend, but local theater is pulling it. But Toy Story 5 on more screens. Yeah, that's what my theater's doing too. I mean, listen, if people actually do like it, I'm not gonna
right.
say to them, how could you like that movie? No,
Yeah.
there are movies I like that other people don't like. I like The Lost in Space from 1998.
It was pretty good. I would say give that a chance. It was pretty good. It wasn't, even if you don't know much about that series, give that movie a chance. It's pretty good. It really is. I wouldn't say, I think the Bullwinkle and the Rocky and Bullwinkle movie is actually pretty good. That's pretty good. It's definitely, that's more of what, you know, because there was definitely stuff from the show. It's just, but when you look at stuff like Inspector Gadget, it's like they do certain things. Like, no, don't do that. It's the same with the Halo show, even if it's not connected with the actual game.
Dang it.
Just don't do that to Master Chief. Master Chief is supposed to be mysterious. That's the whole point.
Well, there were things about Masters of the Universe I did not like.
Yep.
Against all the odds, what we were able to accomplish.
And then when I hear from other people, they say, "Oh, well, Mike saw it differently." Yeah, he saw it differently. It's just like, are you fishing for something here? He saw it differently. Oh no.
Again, I'm speaking as a fan who has been not just familiar with Masters of the Universe for the last 45 years, but I'm speaking as someone who goes, no, back when there was no Filmation cartoon series. How am I supposed to get across there? There's got to be another zip line point. I'm gonna end up dying here if I'm not careful. All right, let's. Yeah, and that time.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they have Godzilla there. They've gotten too expensive, and then like I said, it's really interesting.
I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
Sad.
Come on, yeah. No, I fell short.
No.
See, it's her point on the left. And that time I didn't grapple, so that's my fault. All right. Now that I got rid of that nuisance, I gotta.
Like, even people see these newer games, like,
right,
it's just,
come on.
you're telling me this is now $70 when it was always a $60 game, and I understand things can go up in price. I understand, like, things like the Nintendo Switch 2 was going to obviously be more expensive than the original Nintendo Switch, but once again, it comes down how much money. And consoles nowadays, like, especially like a PS5 Pro, you're gonna tell me that that should be about as expensive as close to a like a mid-level computer? Bunch of
No.
And these streaming services, like, you know, people have mentioned, including Mike and stuff, it's just, are they gonna, I know, like, Spock was talking to me about that earlier. It's like, well, what if Disney someday can, like, buy that and stuff like that? It's just, it's all so, it's just all so ridiculous, all these things. I mean, remember, what was it, a few years ago? Netflix was like $7.99 a month. Now it's like 20 something. It's crazy.
Because everything keeps going up in price. I mean, yeah, for the moment, gas is going down, but how long is that going to last? I mean, you live in California, Cash. I hate to even have to pay California gas prices, man.
It's a strange feeling. I should be
Check, it
excited.
might have dropped down to 6, but it's still really expensive.
Yeah.
Some places it was like 8 or 9 a gallon.
Reaching an impossible goal can make you feel this way.
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing I always bring up about, and I'm gonna keep harping on these certain things. Like, you asked the question, and I think the question is good to ask about: do you watch these streaming services more for new content, or is it for more older content? Because that's the whole thing about the streaming services. So they want to take stuff away that maybe not exactly, you know, on the up and up, we'll say, but then they want to gouge people. It's just ridiculous. It's so stupid.
And they come up with lame excuses as to why they're going to
Yes.
gouge people.
Yes.
Oh, it's because we're not making a lot of money. You're never going to hear them say that exactly.
Right.
And hello to Phil. What's that voice? Who dat? Could it be? Is it really Cash Money? Holy peanut butter and jellyfish, Batman. Let's hope that Cash has his frown turned upside down.
Every time. Yes.
Connections.
How you doing, Phil?
Every
Next version of ourselves. After all, the only constant in life is change.
Now, I will let everybody know, because I don't know which game I'm going to end up finishing first, whether it's Metal Eden or Mouse PI for Hire. I am going to play the
3 engineers.
story campaign and Space Marine 2. That's the next game in line,
It's good to see you with my own eyes.
because I'm going to fight.
Can you hear them? The citizens are waiting. Let's bring all 4 engineer corps together. It's time we drop these inferior shells. Riddled with self-doubt and contradictions. Release ourselves from the chains that
Came to smash your like
the future looks so
and fighting Cash Money here. Well, he's always going to be lurking.
now. We are
Yeah, I'm
equals.
usually around. I
Even
try to
though
hide
he-
from Phil, but he keeps trying to find me, dang it.
Finally made it.
I think he
He
found
fought-
you.
He found me
You
again.
have no idea how long I have waited for this.
Dang it, Phil.
Waited for you.
Ooh, what's going on?
Well,
You'll see it here in a few seconds. I mean, if you want me to share my screen in Discord, I can.
I trusted you. You said you were with me.
such a nut, Phil. Such a nut.
I opened the
Phil is Phil.
fucking bomb.
Always.
There you go, Cash. Now you can see it in real time.
You ruined everything.
Alright, that's fine. No problem.
If this is how you want to run it, fine. But if I'm going down, you are coming with me. Let's shine together. Aska!
Dang.
Wow.
Oh, snaps. Well,
I mean,
People crave
this
shiny
isn't a bad
things.
game, especially for
They want
20
to make them
bucks.
their own, because they shine so beautifully. But once they catch it,
The light is gone. I remember you. You wanted us to be together. You wanted it too much. If you want me to shine, you have to let me go.
Oh boy.
Oh, snaps. I'm gonna guess this is the final battle.
That's what it seems like. Oh crap, oh crap. Hold on. Other menus popped up. I was not anticipating that to happen right in the middle of the battle. Whoa, oh, hey. Yeah,
really, like, I know it's hard work, because oh no, hard work, but no, if you're really tired of a lot of the entertainment industry and stuff, I've said this before, there's programs out there that you can start learning how to make your own games, make your own stories, start writing your own stories, write what you feel.
people are doing that.
It's just take a whole crew and just build from there. So.
I think that was supposed to happen. But I'm not entirely sure where I'm supposed to be headed. Ah! Let's go. All right, it went a grapple. That was a problem. There we go. Now she wants to do it. Ah, crap. That was lucky. Get up there! No, get up there! Get up there!
I mean, I'm gonna certainly be talking even more on whatever channels about, you know, just what's happened to a lot of the direction of games
Ah, crap!
that were just
No!
great. They were just great, and so now everything just seems to be, well, maybe not everything, but there's a lot of gimmick stuff out there. And it's like none of these games ever needed them, ever. Call of Duty never needed any gimmicks, never needed any crossover of skins, never needed any of that stuff. Other people, I'm sure, would say, oh, but it's something new and it's cool. It's like, for Fortnite, okay, I understand. But even Overwatch, we don't need, I mean, skins, I guess, can be nice, but I would rather just have the skins of the actual characters, the outfits, instead of something like, oh, we're going to add Cowboy Bebop to Overwatch. Why? For money, obviously.
I mean, yeah, all these companies, they want to make money. It's the way they go about it sometimes.
Yes. Right. What is the point if you can't fight as Homer Simpson? And what's crazy is that a lot of this stuff starts looking the same art style. Like, Spock was pointing out to me, and I agree with him, that the newest Crazy Taxi, while it still could be fun, it does have more of that Fortnite art style. And I just like the older art style a bit better. I mean, it may not be bad, but...
You know how these companies are too, Cash. They see one art style that works, everybody gloms onto it. All right, so this is gonna take a little work.
That's why I think it's also ridiculous for people like the future is only multiplayer games. Like that's just ignorant to say because people still like playing single player games and they always will. People don't always want to be tied down by multiplayer stuff.
I like playing single player games because of one specific reason. I'm not tied down to an online service. I'm not tied down to just playing a game when I'm dependent on others.
Well, it depends on the game, Godzillionaire. I mean, I ended up buying, and I know it has multiplayer, but I ended up buying some of these GTA games once or twice.
That wasn't where we were supposed to go.
Yeah, well, Skyrim, I have definitely a few versions of Skyrim.
I've actually never played Skyrim.
I've played some of it, I still need to finish it.
And a lot of it has to do with, I just wasn't interested.
Yeah, nothing wrong.
All right, I gotta move. I gotta move. I gotta move.
And another thing is, I would tell people out there that compare this stuff to some of this older games too. Really, do that and see how much there was. It's like, oh, the graphics to this, whatever. But you can mod a lot of stuff. So, and you know, if people just want to stick with consoles, fine. They want to believe it's easier. It's this, but look at what Sony and Microsoft are doing. I mean, Nintendo are doing more things right, but they're not perfect either. But Microsoft and Sony, even the Xbox One things used to be better. And so you look at all this stuff, and at least for me, I don't think an Xbox Series X, not the best game. I don't think it's worth
I gotta
the
get
price.
this help.
I don't think the PS5 is worth the price. I don't think the PS5
Not now.
Pro is worth the price now. I think when Mike bought his PS5, I probably bought it for what, 500 maybe? Something
Yeah,
like that.
I had some gift cards that I used too.
Nothing is wrong with owning consoles. Nothing wrong with having other options, but there's other things that obviously can be
And again, I'm not gonna
just more.
put someone down because
I
they want a
think having
console.
Decent, yeah, I don't either. But the problem is Microsoft. It works. The exclusive situation works for Nintendo because they still make games that their fan base likes. Now, not everything's great. I've played a lot of the newest Pokemon game, and I'm like, I think it's good. It could be better. I think it's good. I don't think it's as great as some of the older games.
Yeah.
Just certain things that they had adding, like the rivalry, where the rival actually talks smack to you. I actually enjoyed that. It was funny. But they want you to pay more, so I feel like you deserve to get more. sometimes I think it's also good to take chances with stuff, but
I tried to
I
get
just
out of
don't-
there.
I just don't think it's a lot of this stuff just isn't always worth it, and I feel they just, Sony and Microsoft, I would like to see them personally do a lot better. I have to say the new Gears of War game looks really fun, but it's just there's still that, I don't know, there's still some stuff, that one character and the way she sounds, I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not. And I don't think it's unreasonable for people to say, oh, I'm bothered by this. Where other people say, oh, everybody just complains about everything. Well, these are series that have been around for years, so of course they have built-in fan bases. So they're not going to just always be happy with somebody who puts in whatever.
Oh, crap. I shouldn't have jumped there.
Yeah, man. Cubes of War. It's going to be the best. And I just can't find myself not making fun of this stuff. Like, I have to make fun of it. These decisions are ridiculous.
Well, when you also rely on a company like Sweet Baby Inc. to help you make the decision on what should be in your game.
Then we have all these reboots and remakes and this and that. It's like, it's a problem. Sometimes it's good, especially if they haven't ever come out on like PC, or they haven't come out on other consoles, even Nintendo Switch, whatever. Fine, I get that. But why not have some new ideas and keep building, or like what Sega's doing? Let's bring back some of these games that people have loved so much. Crazy Taxes. I want that game to be awesome. And
I think it will.
Golden Axe is coming back. I think there's just a lot of potential there. But I feel people set themselves in disappointment because they give themselves too many unreal expectations. We'll go with that. But God of War should still always have the same formula. I really don't believe it's always the fact that they're playing as Kratos' wife, or dead wife now. It's just the cube and other stuff. It's just, this stuff is ridiculous. And what these developers say about these franchises that have been around for years and years and years and years. Yes, I did. I did see that a few times, Guts. I laughed.
Yeah, the new God of War memes and
Even though games like Uncharted had a Indiana Jones type style, Drake had has a different personality than Indiana, and that's important.
and there's nothing wrong with a game being inspired by
That's right.
a movie franchise. Everything that we know of has been inspired by something. I just found it's easier to use my main gun against this enemy instead of using any of my other ones. Yeah, you damn right I'm gonna protect the citizens.
In the name of duty, courage, and truth, I will protect the citizens from you.
I didn't know that got to in there. I don't think it's over yet.
I don't think so.
Anybody want to go to a rave?
You took something that wasn't yours.
Yeah. It's time I gave it back to you. Sorry it took so long.
It's okay. It's almost time. Let's go. We are the 4 engineers. We wanted to create a new home in the stars. We've had our differences. But now that we understand each other, we leave them behind. We're standing on the edge of the unknown, and the wind is rising. This time, we're gonna make things right.
You made it. You brought us back together. Thank you, Aska.
Warning. Core data stream limit exceeded. Warning. Data system unstable. Parametric failure. Setup defaults failure. Warning. Front IO failure. Error. Systems overload. Air. Temperature sensor failure. Initializing emergency procedures.
Looks like this is it. You guys ready?
I'm here. Yep. All good.
I'm with you, Aska.
That's right, guys.
Alright. Buckle up, nerds.
I am
Very
laughing
true,
because it's
buddy.
true.
Warning. Limit breach. Warning.
Oh, snaps.
It blew it up. Blew it up real
Mhm.
good. Michael Bay would be proud.
He just might be.
We're gonna make a Metal Eden movie, and there's gonna be a lot of explosions.
Rescue Rover 12 to Mothership. We've got her. I repeat, we've got her.
Bring her home, Captain. And be careful. She is very special.
So, is this the end? I hesitate to say it is, but looks like it is.
Uh-huh. Yep. Bring her home, Captain.
Oh, let there be a sequel. This is a lot of fun. Cash, thank you.
Yeah, buddy. No problem.
Thank you for gifting me this on my birthday, brother. Really appreciate it.
No worries, dude.
But yeah, I highly recommend to anybody watching and listening right now, pick this game up. You're going to have a lot of fun playing it. Besides, wasn't it nice to hear me play a game and see me play a game where I'm not bitching and complaining about the game?
Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
I know, but hell, I remember when I was
Yeah, but
watching you play Ratchet and Clank, and you're all,
Oh man. That's my fault for putting on the hardest difficulty. That it was just I couldn't that game was just keep punishing me. It's like, if you go here, nope, we're gonna kill you. If you go here, we're gonna kill you. It's like, okay. So I just had to keep finding a way around it. Yeah. But Wukong is supposed to be, I mean, that's the whole point. That's
Yeah, but one of the things that annoyed me about it, Kaz, was all the busy work.
Yeah.
In order to beat one boss, you gotta go look for an item in another area to beat the boss.
I know. It's just like, and that's why when people were like, oh, well, it's not Souls-like, it's different. I'm like, I don't know, it seems pretty Souls-like to me, but all right.
Okay, I beg to differ when they're saying it's not Souls-like, because I got my ass kicked more than once.
I think a good starting point is either Dark Souls if you want to get in those games, or like Bloodborne, and just take it slow, because the whole point of that stuff is you've got to just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah.
I mean, I even changed up my skill sets when I was playing Black Myth Wukong just to see if, you know, certain skill sets would work better than others. Some worked, and then others, it's like I'm hurting myself.
I mean, that's why, like, just play something like the second Zelda game and see how crazy it is. I mean,
I'll be right
you've
back.
seen where other streamers are, and I mean, that's I guess that's one way, man. You just have to take that stuff slow. It's just like anything, stealth, whatever it is. It's all a practice game. It really is, and it's hard to break certain when you're used to certain things, certain routines. We'll go with that. It's hard to break things. So if you're a more run and gun person, it's hard to break it into stealth, because it's a whole different mindset. And so, but I think even on stream, it's not a bad thing. Hey, what happens if I try this? What's going to happen? Oh, crap. I'm going to be, let's see if I can get away doing this. And then you because what's really funny is a lot of people, especially nowadays with games, some people are like, oh, I'm fine when people do backseat gaming. I don't think that's ever a good idea. You want to actually play the game for yourself, so... I don't think backseat gaming. I remember when I was playing years ago, Stick of Truth, and there were some people who wanted to do some backseat gaming. I was like, stop, please. I'll just figure this out for myself. That's the whole point. This is not supposed to be easy. But once again, it's very interesting to see how a lot of these companies that many of us have grown up with don't have a clear vision anymore. They want to go off and do this. They want this. They feel this is popular. They want this. And so it's just like they need to find a clear vision. And when they're doing these things and when they fail, they won't take responsibility for it. It's like, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't have gone in that direction. Sometimes, but most of the time they don't. And the whole point of every company should be making money. And the second thing I feel should be making your fan base as happy as possible. You should never try to make everybody happy. It'll never happen, ever. It just can't. And it shouldn't. But, I mean, you look at everything. Like, when people say Mass Effect 3 is not a good game, I have to disagree. I think it's a 7 out of 10. I think it's a good game, but it's got problems because of EA, because of some of these other problems. Yeah. Oh, yes, I'm sure. I've heard of Risen. But all this stuff is like, there's nothing wrong with it. And if you want to push yourself, there's nothing wrong with that either. I just feel like you're going to have to... There's people out there who are like, I don't want to play this game like this because it feels like work. Well, it turns out to be work. That's just how it is.
A lot of games are work, especially if you have to do certain quests in order to get the main story accomplished. in
but
order to
it's
get
rewarding
certain
too.
skills. And
It's
of course, it
rewarding,
is.
man. I remember back in the day in Final Fantasy 2, because it was called Final Fantasy 2 in here in America. The final boss was hard as fucking hell. I remember a boss in Final Fantasy 3 that I finally beat on Christmas Eve. It seemed to take me forever because it was just so hard, and they keep putting you in the same area every time. And what was the thing? I just had to change up some stuff. I didn't have enough healing. I didn't have enough magic, like black magic. Oh no, black magic and white magic, right? I know there's people out there that get offended by things like that. I don't care, but uh it it's just, if you're willing to put in the time to anything, like you can experience this stuff and be like, wow, I can't believe I actually did that. Uh, I think stuff like PAL Worlds happened because of Game Freak was never going to put any Pokemon games, and the only way you can play those on emulators. That's pretty cool, and it does run well. But wouldn't it be great if they actually put a Pokemon game on PC? Oh no, we can't do that because
Nintendo
of the
doesn't want to do that
exclusive.
because they want to focus on consoles, and that's
Right,
it.
right. They don't want to do that, and so people have to use emulation. And I get it, like people like Spock, other people. I agree. Wouldn't it be great if the game could just be on Steam or just be on Epic Games? Like, as in, it, it it gives you a choice, but it's just, they could be making even more money. And imagine what they can do with modding. I mean, they can do modding with emulation, but imagine what they could do with the game just coming to Steam and then they could mod it. That would be incredible. But, they do make a lot of money what they're doing, so they figure probably let's
Yeah.
not go this direction.
Well, unfortunately, these companies are going to go in the direction that their lawyers tell them to go to, their advisors tell them to go into. A company like Sweet Baby Inc.
Yep. You can even find some mobile games out there, surprisingly, that are actually fun. It's just the are you willing to pump in money? And if not, some of them just don't. They're not pushing you to pump in money, and you can do a lot in the game. It's shocking, I know. But then they do things like when they did Command and Conquer, for example, and they're like, we're going to have it free to play. And people were pointing out, I remember, I think it was in the IGN comments, they were pointing out, look, I have to work to make a living, just like anybody. I can't play against these 12-year-olds or whatever who have all this time in the world. How is that fair? And they have a point. They have a point.
Mm-hmm.
And so that fell apart, but I don't believe any Command and Conquer. So it's just like Westworld. They had a clear vision. Then EA wants to just like get way too involved. And they did that with a lot of companies.
They should have let
And they're still.
Westworld do their thing
That's
with
right.
Command and Conquer because they're the ones that
That's right.
started it. But no,
Yep.
once EA started putting their hands in the cookie jar, they started mudding things up.
Exactly.
And that's what happens when you have one company buy out another. The Solo, what made the
Yeah,
company
that's all
that was
right,
bought out
Ghostwriter.
great, is gone.
Yep. This is why we keep pushing this whole thing about how bad lack of competition is. We need more competition. We don't need lack of competition. And I don't want Microsoft and Sony to fail, but I just keep scratching my head because I don't understand what direction they want to go with. There's things that, like that Unreal, no, actually, Until Dawn game too. It looks all right, but I can understand why other people say it looks like a PS3 game, or it just doesn't. It looks like something we've seen before, but it looks pretty interesting, I guess. I don't think it's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna be on PC, but uh, the remake, I think they changed some things they shouldn't have changed. I'll have to look into that, but I think they did.
Oh,
And
they
so,
probably changed certain things because oh no, we don't want to
Right,
objectify women and or make the
right,
guys
right.
look halfway decent. No, everybody needs to look plain.
Yep. Yeah, they can do so much more with mocapping like they've done in the past. Look, compare like Uncharted with the mocap that they did to these games recently. It's so obvious that there's an agenda out there to make these characters uglier, to make them plain, to make them bland, to not to give them as much personality as they deserve to be. People play Fable Anniversary. See how much personality all these characters have. And with the technology, they all still look like women. They all still look why, and this is why there's always going to be a fight between this. Why should male characters look bland or whatever? Why should female characters look more mannish? It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And even when they put in these gay and trans characters that they have look at Veilguard, for example. The reason people harped on the hell out of that is because these characters were not as interesting as the other Dragon Age games, and it's very obvious how much BioWare has changed. Because the thing is, and I know some people say, "Oh, you can go back to KOTOR, and they started this whole thing about these characters being gay or whatever." It didn't matter because they were
It
so
shouldn't
much
matter.
more. And
A character's
no,
sexual preference shouldn't matter at all
no,
when it
it
comes
just
to the
shouldn't.
quality of the game. That's what should matter. It's the game
Right?
quality. If there's a story in the game, is it a good story?
Yep. That people should not attack other people because there's some black characters in there and people don't care for them. Well, you know what? I don't care what game you're making or story you're making. You want to make, I don't care if you're a white guy or whatever, you want to make all your characters black. Everybody needs, and I will harp on this forever, everybody needs to be as interesting as possible. Their background, their connections with people, and so on and so forth. Ask yourself why people still watch things like anime and why it's so popular. Ask yourself. Start going through things like an anime and I get it. People aren't going to like the fan service. They don't like the way the animation looks. That's fine. Those are reasonable complaints and people can feel any way they want about this stuff. But then when things are like this has Star Wars on it, I have to watch it, and we have people like that who love it. This has this on it. I have to watch it. This has this on it. Yet if they took that title away, would most people even care at all?
No, they wouldn't.
Probably not.
So I saw a friend the other day, and she had asked me if saw Mandalorian and Grogu because it was a Star Wars movie. I said, no, I'm just not interested.
Yeah, I do remember that Godzillionaire. And he's an interesting character. Like, it's not GTA, the whole point has always been how politically incorrect this series is. Why? Because these people are criminals. So making things politically incorrect is a
That's
good
what
thing,
GTA
but
has
making
always been,
people,
politically incorrect. Look at
yeah.
GTA 3 when that was originally out.
Mhm.
I'm not talking about the
Yes.
remaster. I'm talking
Right.
about the
Right.
original game
Right.
and
You
what the
can't,
characters said and did. It was supposed to be
right.
offensive. It was supposed to be like the
Yes.
real world.
That's right. So when you find out they're like changing things in the trilogy, little things here and there, it's like, no. So some people say, okay, it's minor. Take out male and female, type A and B. Okay, fine. One is male, one is female. Why can't you say that? Oh, because of this. Fine. Then other
No,
people are like, oh, it's
Cash,
not a big deal.
Cash. One is Ken, the other's Barbie.
But that's minor. Okay, but then it starts getting to be a bigger issue and a bigger issue and a bigger issue. So when does it stop? That's what keeps happening with this stuff. So people go, I am offended by this anime character who's in a bikini. Why?
Why?
Why does that offend
Why?
you?
Why are you? Why are they offended by nose art from World War II? Or
Yes.
they draw their girlfriend or their wife and put her on there, or they put someone on there who's famous, who's a sexy woman on the nose art.
Yep.
It's how
Seriously.
it,
Right.
it's it, it's how they managed to get through the war. That was their inspiration. That told them
Right.
who we're fighting for.
Right. Go and also compare like the other movies, like older movies, comedies especially. They are not afraid to be more than what they are. And I say that all the time because they are not afraid to make certain jokes and you can tell that they're not scared. But
No,
you can tell a lot of things have changed now still. And I know Baron will always say that things are getting better. Some things are getting better. There's comedians out there who are like, I don't give a crap anymore. I'm going to say what I want to say. And if people want to cancel me, whatever, they can try. There's a few people out there, but there needs to be more. And I understand us having rules and stuff on streaming. We don't need to go crazy and say horrible words and stuff, but other
no,
people
we
seem
don't.
to get away with that. That's a problem.
But here's the thing: other people, whether they have a bigger audience or they have something on YouTube that YouTube goes, okay, we're going to let this group slide. It's just ridiculous. It shouldn't be rules for thee, but not for me. It should be
That's
the
right.
same rules applied to everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And once again, it's like everything. Okay, like people are still harping on stuff like Ghost of Yotai, for example. And I know how some people feel about that. Mike and I have seen conversations just the other day in one of the discords we're in.
Listen,
Um,
when it comes to Ghost of
mhm,
Yotai, if it's sold as many copies as the internet says it
mhm,
has,
right.
I'm not saying it
It,
has. I'm not saying it hasn't.
mhm,
And
right.
people have gotten enjoyment out of it. Who am I to argue?
Right. But
Seriously.
people are exactly. People are just always going to point out that the Ghost of Tsushima will always be more popular, and that is the truth.
Of
People
course it's
like
going to be
Jin
more
more.
popular.
People like Jin more, than oh hell, I can't think of the name.
I still haven't played Ghost of Tsushima. That game came out in 19. I still haven't played it.
No. So it's all this stuff that can be great, and then when it becomes less, I mean, we've got Rayman. They want to tell you, oh, if you buy Rayman, then this retold story, which they've changed some of the way the female characters look. Oh no, but why do you got to change it?
You
Why do
don't.
people notice it, including women? Women are noticing it too. It's not just men. So you're making these characters less. Oh, they have to look like this. It's the same thing. You go down the line with everything from uh, Crash Bandicoot and how they change the characters. They just don't have as much personality now. Oh, that doesn't matter. Oh, but it should. It should
It-
matter.
Certain character traits should be there regardless, if that's what's been established for the character.
Exactly.
But
So it's just these wars keep happening over and over again. So we'll just see. But as I've said before, if you're really not happy with a lot of things that aren't going on, buy a program and start making your own. You want to make a visual, maybe you start with a visual novel, something, maybe something easier. Um, when I was in my Java class, we had to make a game, and we did make some games in the JavaScript class. And I made something that was like a Space Invaders that had like 3 levels. And it's just make something if you want. The whole thing is create things. Imagine if more and more people want to create things. Yes, it's hard, but a lot of things in life are hard. If it, as they always say, if it's easy, everybody would be doing it.
mhm.
Um,
But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up tonight's stream. But I do invite you to join us tomorrow night for our watch party of Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket.
mhm.
Great movie. I think it's one that everybody should see at one point or another. But before we get out of here, that Unfortunately, I can't play any clips. They're all too long. I was gonna play a clip to end tonight's stream from Full Metal Jacket, but they're all too long, and I don't want to have to keep pausing it. But I do want to take the time to thank everybody who stopped by, or in certain cases, came into the VC. But thank you for asking. Before you just stopped right on in, Cass. Thank you very much, brother. Of course,
No problem,
Lady
bro.
Mist. Thank you for being here, Padawannabe. Thank you for being here, Godzillionaire. Thank you for being here, and Phil McCracken. Thank you for being here. Let me also DJ Ronnie G. Thank you for being here, DJ. Let me just check Rumble and Blaze to see if anyone had popped in over on that side. I didn't see anything pop up in the chat while I was playing, but I could have missed it too. So let's check. Unfortunately, nobody over on Blaze, and we didn't have anybody over on Rumble. But everybody, thank you very much. And Lady Mist, Lady Mist, I want to thank you for that $2 super sticker you left after Sunday's show. I really do appreciate it. You know, you keep coming by and you keep watching the streams. You stick with the streams. That you join the conversation. I appreciate that. And one thing you and everybody who was here tonight never does is
No, never give up, never surrender.
I mean, yeah, okay. Baron Cash and I. What are we?
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
But we like to have a lot of fun. We like to
crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
But I appreciate you always being here, Lady Miss. Everybody, thank you for being here. And who knows? Maybe Thursday's game stream of Mouse PI for Hire, or excuse me, next week when I play Space Marine, you might hear me say this a couple of times.
I'm in danger.
But everybody, you have yourselves a good night. Hope to see you tomorrow. And remember two things on Pacific Forum 4. One, I'm not just a baseball guy, I'm an all around guy. And two, don't ever give up on me in a game, because just when you do, you might miss something. And what are you doing? Pick up Metal Eden. You'll have a lot of fun. Take care, all.